Hello and welcome to A Crafter's Story. It's Celeste here. So earlier this morning I actually did this video, but it ran over time because I always try to keep the videos under 30 minutes because I was trying to do the collage that goes on this giant stamp that I want to show you guys, and it just felt rushed, so I'm starting over. And I'm going to use the collage that I'm sitting on this. I thought something felt a bit weird. Yeah, so just to quickly show you what it is that I'm going to craft with you guys today. It's essentially a journaling card, but I made it look like a giant postage stamp, and just with by serrating the edges and putting a little sort of 25-cent ephemera addition to it, it basically just looks like this giant big old postage stamp, right? And it's another way for you to use your collage papers. And so then on the back it has some college rule paper and then some paper, coffee stain paper, that I put my own lines onto. So we're going to do this version today because this one really is just college rule paper that you can just paste on. But this one, I'll show you. I actually use a stencil that I love really a lot. And then I will do a different video, another video where we can just relax into a collage, and I'll show you some of the stencils and things that I use. So let us get started. Okay, I'm going to move these guys aside just for a second. Where should I put it? Just there. Okay, just there. So this morning, this was the collage that I've since then I've added to it because I felt like it wasn't quite done, and so I made a smaller version of the bigger ones that I normally do. I wonder if you guys, can you see this wire? No, good. I have I'm charging the phone while I'm taping. So I was just wondering if you could see the wire. So sorry if you can. I don't think you can. No, yay, I'm hiding it. So these are the big collages that I normally do, but I thought this morning there wasn't time. I'll do a little one, I'll still be able to have time. It didn't work out that way. So this one is now finished. It's dry. So I'm just going to cut off the excess. I mean, I suppose I don't really have to unless I'm actually going to use it. And the piece I want to use is this piece here, which is rather clean. And I'm going to cut it out now while we're chatting. And then I will show you how I put that big old stamp together. It's just a fun, fun way of doing a different kind of journaling card that I wanted to share with you. So let me get this carefully cut out. There we go. I personally, collaging is one of my most favorite things to do because I always think of it almost like going into a thrift store. You never know what you're going to walk out with, right? You never know if you're going to find some amazing treasure. And collaging is kind of the same for me, because when you cut it into pieces or when you finish the project, it takes on this, oh, I don't know, persona. When I first started this little collage, there was a lot of pink and a lot of blue, and it had a very feminine feel to it. And although I loved it, I just felt like it needed a little bit of an edge. So I went in with some darker maroony colors, some more black and white. I did a lot more black stenciling, some music paper. I even put in a little peachiness over here. Just anything to give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, to me this has like I suppose a gypsy feel to it. again, it could be Victorian, it could be eclectic, it could be whatever you want. And that's what I love more than anything. So the back of these cards is just a cardstock that I've measured out to be just a little bit bigger than the collage that you're going to put it onto. So I believe my inside piece is 3 3/4 by 5, and the outside is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that really doesn't matter. You guys can make this as big or as small. I mean, you can make a giant one if you wanted to. You can make a smaller one if you wanted to. It's absolutely up to you. Now, for that sort of serrated edge that you find on a stamp, I've just got one of my fancy scissors with that pattern on it. Or that's the pattern, that's the edge that it creates when you cut with it. And you know, I've seen these scissors at all the hobby stores. I've even seen them at the dollar store, and I did buy some of the dollar store ones. And I want to be honest, I don't mind the dollar store ones. They were fine, they worked just fine, but you cannot cut anything thicker than something like this. I probably would have had a hard time getting through the collage papers because there's some fabric on the collage, and it won't go through that. So that's just something to consider. And I have some pencil lines left over here, but I don't think you're going to see them once. Nope, they're going away. Once I get the ink onto the edges, it takes away that pencil line. And I suppose I could have just erased it as well with my eraser. That would have been fine. No biggie. No biggie at all. So these are so easy to make, and I reckon out of a big sheet like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5. You could possibly get 5 of these big old stamp ephemera pieces out of just one large sheet of collage paper. That is pretty economical on a crafting for a crafting project. And bonus, you're using up all your scrappy pieces of paper, you're not wasting anything, and that is also a bonus. So I'm going to now just put some glue on the back of the inner, what I'm calling the inner, what goes inside the white piece. And I'm really going to be generous here. I don't want it to come apart. No, I don't want that. That would be bad. Especially if you gifted it to someone. It's like, oh no, that would be embarrassing. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to bring this a little closer to myself. Try as hard as I can not to get my big old head under the camera. I think, yeah, close-ish, with a big emphasis on the ish, but it's good. I'm liking it. I like it. Yep, this issue really is nice. I was kind of umming and ahhing about it this morning. I was like, do I like this? Is this good? And I am now going to proclaim that it's good. And I don't know why I doubted it, because it's gorgeous. I mean, look at these roses, and there was a bingo card. All right, so now I went on my Excel program, my spreadsheet program, or Word, really doesn't matter. Word program probably would have worked as well. And I just typed out a whole string of these 25-cent prints, I guess you could call them. And I'm just now going to tear one off. somewhat close to the actual number itself, because it just needs to be, here we go, and it just needs to be sort of up here somewhere. I'm going to get those edges aged up. It always amazes me how when you have this plain little piece of paper with a couple of numbers and a letter on it, and the minute you age it, it's like it takes on this whole new persona, you know? Am I being weird? I don't know. It just seems like it just changes the whole character of that. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Oh, I found it. Okay. There we go. Oh, you know what? Something I noticed now is there's numbers upon numbers. Ah, sugars. I didn't consider that. It's not I don't think it's a train smash, but if you look at these two, they're more visible. It's fun. It is fun. No, I'm not stressing. I refuse to stress. I'm not going to do it. Okay, and I'm going to go in here just a little bit with what's left of the ink on the dauber and get rid of some of the stark whiteness, because it just not so keen on it. Okay, all right, I think that's fine. That looks really good. And the last little piece that I want to add is just a little something to, I have on these two, I have everything you can imagine is real. So that one's beautiful. And this one says, be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. It is true. These are little washi sticker inspirational quotes that I picked up on Amazon. You get 4 of them, which is a deal because there's a ton on here. I don't remember what I paid for them, but I'll find them in my order history, and I'll link, put a link on in the description below. They're made by Island. I do remember that. And so I'm going to get my stencil out, because the next part, after we put down our little saying, okay, you guys, what do you think? Yeah? Where's a... yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go. I'm going to go there. Okay, I'm going to go there. Yeah, no, that works. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. And I think what I want to do with all of these, I haven't done it yet, is come in with a little bit of the matte medium. And maybe just with my finger, just because they're washi stickers, they may not stick. They don't stick very well sometimes. And just really get them down and make them more permanent. So I use this Liquitex. Let's do it. Let's do it on this one. I'll just stick my finger in there. And I'll just seal it up. Make sure it doesn't ever come undone. Because they have a tendency, these little washi stickers, to come undone and to peel. Okay, also this one, I guess, because I'll forget if I don't do it now. Quickly just come in, get this one all the way down. Make sure it doesn't go away. Don't want him to go away. All right, there we go. I suppose I'm not going to do this one yet because I want to flip it. And I first want to finish the back, and then we can come and do the matte medium afterwards. Okay, I just impressed myself. I planned ahead. I don't normally plan ahead because my memory, oi. Should I say what memory? I have the memory of a strainer, folks. All right, so this is our 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 by 5, and it's going to fit inside. I'm just going to do some of these aged burnt edges on this as well. And then I want to show you my line stencil tool that I absolutely love. I struggled before because, well, I'm being a bit dramatic. I didn't struggle. I just, you know, when you're drawing lines, you're always trying to make them equally, you know, the equal distance, equidistant apart. And that can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. And when I wasn't really paying attention, I sometimes messed up, and then my lines weren't completely, you know, my writing lines on my journaling cards were not exactly the same. And it doesn't, I mean, it's not a train smash, but it does look nicer when they are evenly spaced. And I will go and find, I will also try and go, oh no, what have I done? Oh, all right, that wasn't too bad, but there was still glue on there from the previous time. Sugars. Oh well, that happens. A little bit down. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep, so I've got a little bit of a thing. Oh well, it's not so bad. It's actually going away. Yep, you see, it's fine. It's okay. All right, so we've got that down. It's already looking. So I'm going to give that a second to dry if I can, and maybe start with aging up these edges. Yeesh, look at that. That was a lot. That was a little more than I expected to, but it's okay. It's fine. So get this down. Get these edges aged. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Looks awesome. All right, so here is my stencil I'm raving about. It's got a ruler down the one side, and it will give you up to 30 lines. So they're about a centimeter, roughly a centimeter apart, which in inches is I'd say a third of an inch, almost a half an inch, close to a half an inch kind of. But they are super nice to have because I can now just I'm going to move this down a little bit so I can see. I'm just going to make sure that this guy is straight. Are you straight, honey bunny? Yeah, no, there. Okay, she's straight. And come down, line the top up with the top of the page, and then I can just come in with my lines. So easy, so quick, so much easier than trying to make sure and measure and put little dots down to see if you can keep them, you know, measure out little dots to make sure you get them all straight. And then, you know, I have, my brain is like I think you could say, you know, when you're walking your dog and everything's fine, and then the next minute the dog sees a squirrel and it's like, oh, squirrel. My brain's a little bit like that. You go, oh, another thing that I can do. And so there was some glue on here. It's okay. I can either leave it and make it look like it's supposed to be like that, like it's aged and peeled a little bit, or I can come back in and just fix it up. Knowing me, I'm probably just going to leave it. I like the fact that it looks vintagey, like it's been around for a while. So I really like that. So let's come across and not forget to put a little bit, you know what, I probably can do with this guy as well. I forgot, because that's also something that happened after I put the matte medium down on the rest of the collage. We want to get that guy to stick around. Get this little guy to stick around and not peel. I don't think this will peel because we glued it, but this washi sticker is the one that I thought might, over time, might peel. So I don't think we really need to do it, but since I did that one, I might as well do these as well. And just get it sealed up. The one thing I noticed, and I think it's because this is water-based. Where did I see it? I think I saw somewhere that this gel is water-based, and some of the, not the distress inks, they seem to be fine. The Tim Holtz distress inks seem to be fine, but if you bought any other, maybe boxed or you know, some other inks, I have so many different ones, I don't really know which is which, but some of them don't, I guess they're not archival, and then when I put the matte medium on, they smushed. This one is an example, this little white piece here. So, you know, it depends on what you're using. But there you go, you guys. It's, try and get them nicely spaced so you can see. They are all done, and you now have 3 really beautiful collaged postage stamps, giant postage stamps with a cute little saying on it, and you pay 25 cents for them, and then voila, when you turn it over, you can journal on it as well. Now, if you want to, you can put a little hole in here with an eyelet, and maybe put a tassel on. You could maybe use this as a pocket, whatever you want. So I thought I would show this to you. Thank you so much for visiting with me. I always appreciate your time, and I hope you go and you try this and just have fun with it. Just another way for you to use your collage. All right. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.